I will open this meeting. Hello, my dear commission colleagues. Luckily, we only have a two-page agenda, so I won't be shuffling like I was on stage looking for where I was for our lighting ceremony. That'll be helpful. So I am officially welcoming everyone here in the chambers and those who are online and calling to order the special meeting of the Kalamazoo City Commission, a rather short agenda for Monday, November 28th, 2022. Clerk Bowling, please call the roll.
Commissioner Decker.
Present.
Commissioner Hess.
Present.
Commissioner Hoffman.
Present.
Commissioner Juarez. Commissioner Pradel.
Present.
Vice Mayor Cooney.
Present.
Mayor Anderson.
Here. May I have a motion to excuse Commissioner Pradel?
So moved.
Motion made by... Yeah, let's excuse the right person. Thank you. Okay, to excuse Commissioner Juarez.
So moved.
Motion made by Vice Mayor Cooney,
Support.
supported by Commissioner Hoffman. All right. We don't have an opening ceremony, correct?
Nope.
It's on our agenda here, but I don't, do we, as far as you know? No, I don't think so. All right, so the next action is, no. Any changes you would like to see, commissioners, to our relatively short agenda? See none. Anyone in the audience? See no one. The agenda stands. Any communications, Manager Risma?
None, Your Honor.
This is now the opportunity for public comments. So we will start with individuals who are here in the chambers. Anybody who would like to make any public comments? Seeing no one, Deputy City Manager Chamberlain, has anybody called in?
We'll go ahead and check the phone lines. We do not.
Thank you, DCM Chamberlain. We are all the way down now to new business. City Manager Risma.
We have item L1, which is approval of a recommendation from the City Attorney Recruitment Subcommittee to schedule interviews with 3 finalists for the City Attorney position. The finalists are William Kim, Julianne Postula, and James Porter, and to schedule a public meet and greet session with the candidates on Wednesday, November 30, 2022 at 4 p.m. in City Hall, and to schedule a special City Commission meeting on Thursday, December 1, 2022 at 8:30 a.m. in the City Commission chambers of City Hall for the purpose of conducting the interviews.
Thank you, Manager Risma. Attorney Robinson.
I would suggest that the action also, after the phrase conducting interviews, and to take such other actions as the commission deems appropriate.
Okay, thank you, Attorney Robinson. So when we will clarify that when we get to the actual motion on that, but the little language we will be adding to the end of that motion. So Manager Richmond, do we have some staff here who would like to provide an update to the commission on this process?
Yeah, thank you, Mayor. I'd like to ask Jeff Mueller to come forward. And Jeff is with the Michigan Municipal League as their recruiter, and you have all hired him to facilitate this search, and I'll turn it over to Jeff.
Thank you, Jim. Mayor, commission members, thank you for the opportunity to come on back and speak with you. I appreciate that. First off, I wanted to start off with kind of give you a little overview of the process and what we've gone through. Initially, we were going to meet, but then the community decided to do an outreach, which I thought was a great idea. A couple weeks, you did an online survey with your community to ask what type of city attorney they like to see, and we got that information, which we ended up using in our advertisement. After that, I actually did, if you recall, the full profiling session with the commission, which was very informative to me and helpful. We went out and interviewed. Just to give you an idea of where all we went with our advertisement once it went out, the Michigan Municipal League, International City Management Association, the Michigan Association of Municipal Attorneys, International Municipal Lawyers Association, the National Bar Association, Women Lawyers Association of Michigan, National Association of Women Lawyers, Black Public Administrators Association, the American Bar Association, the State Bar of Michigan. And then in addition, those are the places we actually advertise. We contacted the Hispanic Bar of Michigan, the National Voice Hispanic Legal Community, the womenlawyers.org they're known as, the Women's Legal Association of Michigan, the National Association of Women Lawyers, and the National Conference of Black Lawyers. So our outreach was far, went all over throughout the nation. In addition to that, it's not like your typical search. It's very specific where you're looking for a municipal attorney. I contacted a lot of the law firms that do work with communities, Miller Canfield, Dickinson Wright. I contacted a number of communities. I knew there was a city attorney that was retiring in Big Rapids. Asked them about the process and what they were doing there. They actually went out and had 4 people apply that weren't necessarily qualified. So they ended up actually going with a private firm, Micah Myers out of Grand Rapids. So we went out, we received our applications in from the candidates. I met with the subcommittee to go over the candidates. And I believe we have 3 very good candidates for your review, which hopefully on Wednesday night we'll be doing a meet and greet. Generally what we do with that is it's really kind of for the community to come on out, and we encourage commission members, if you do attend, to kind of sit back, the dialogue and how it's going with the community and the different members. And then on Thursday we have interviews starting at 9 o'clock. I believe we're going to be meeting at 8:30 to kind of go over the process. Trying to think what else. That's pretty much it.
Thank you very much. Questions for Jeff from Commission? Commissioner Pradel.
Yeah, I was just hoping that you could maybe share a little bit about maybe some of the challenges during this current time period with recruiting in this particular field and municipal government. And then I was just also curious if you could kind of share a little bit about the difference between like the pool versus the recommendation, and why that looks the way it does because of the process you guys go through and that sort of thing.
Yeah, well, we narrowed, based on the profiling we did, we were looking for a specific type of municipal attorney, but and for instance, I did the Grand Rapids City Attorney search back in 2016. We had 30 applicants back then. It was before COVID. It was when people wanted to work, and life was a lot different. One thing I heard from people that were going to apply, it's like, move now with the mortgage rates being what they are. The challenges were definitely there. We didn't receive 30 applications, but I do believe that the 3 you're going to interview, or hopefully will interview, are actually very good and will stand up to what you would like to see in them. Trying to think what else. What was the second?
Just the challenges and then the difference between the pool versus the recommendation, just so we know, that it was effectively
A limited pool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you what happens when I do a search normally, the first few days you get your, the typicals applying that have no, they're not even a lawyer. Or when you're doing a city manager search, the 30 I had in Grand Rapids, the top 20 probably had no means that they should have even been applying. So this was like, there was not a lot happening. I'm looking everywhere, and the good ones always come at the end. And the 3 of them actually came in right in the last week. It's not a huge pool, and if someone of those didn't meet the criteria, I wouldn't have recommended that you take a look at them. I feel very confident in the 3 that you have, and I wish we would have had a lot more, but on the other hand, I'm also very confident in who you're going to talk to.
Can you share a little bit about, that confidence that you have about like kind of what your process looks like to get to get to that point of confidence? I know you mentioned some of the ways that you're marketing and whatnot, but, just background, references, those kind of things. You might share
Right,
a little
right.
bit about that.
Actually, all the applications come to me. We get the cover letters and the resumes. And, we get to the point when it looks like we have some good people, then I will contact them and screen them. Takes generally about an hour, go through a whole host of screening questions, kind of based on what you were looking for. Ask them, is there anything in your background that would be controversial? Because we don't want to have any surprises for you. If something came up in the Google search, I asked them about it, and they were able to explain anything if there was anything. We do that once, and I'm hopeful that you can find someone on Thursday. We actually do a very in-depth background search, criminal and civil, financial, a whole host of information, and it takes a couple weeks to do that. Once again, I'm hopeful that that will happen on Thursday, but I feel fairly confident in who you're going to be talking to. We did sweat for a few weeks there, wondering what was happening, because, Kalamazoo has so much going for it. It's a great community. You have the resources to do a lot. You're doing a lot. It's just a great place, and I talk to people, and it's like, oh, why won't you move? The other thing I probably should have mentioned, I talked to all the finalists from Grand Rapids. One's the Royal Oak City Attorney now. Where's the other one's the Lansing City Attorney. They have very good jobs, and I tried to pry them out and get them to come here, but just people aren't moving around much now. But they all thought very highly of the community. So.
Any other questions from Commission? Hey, just a couple things from me then. You alluded to this a little bit, but just the lay of the land in terms of hiring right now, and you mentioned Big Rapids ended up not being successful in identifying in-house counsel. Are you seeing that is a trend, or you think it's a temporary kind of an adjustment here where people are not, aspiring to in-house counsel and are working for, firms that are providing, that kind of legal assistance? Any thoughts about all that?
Yeah, I wish I could put my finger on it. It's just things are so different now after COVID. And I think if you talk to your HR director too, the same thing, and trying to find good qualified candidates across the board is so hard right now. Mm-hmm. So I feel very fortunate with the we did get. But there's a lot of, and even in the city manager searches that we're doing right now, it's tough to find good qualified people. A lot of people with my hair color are retiring, and there's not that younger folks coming in after. So, I hope it gets better. So.
Okay. Hey, another question, just about the specifics. When we're talking about doing the meet and greet, correct me if I'm wrong on this, but I think we're talking about doing that in the community room here. Is that accurate?
I believe so.
Is that a big enough space for a community meet and greet?
I had talked to Shelley, the HR director. They were talking to Jeff about maybe they would move those tables out of there. It probably would lend itself if you had room, because generally you get the three candidates and people can kind of go up and talk and converse with them. They had talked about moving the tables in there, I guess. So I guess it depends on how many are going to attend.
Right.
I've seen 100 people attend these things. I've also seen 4. So.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. I do want us to be prepared. It seems that when I've been involved in one of those activities before, you had a little distance so different candidates could kind of stand in different corners of the room and allow people to wander back and forth. They weren't right on top of each other. So you could have that opportunity for some engagement. So, and some circulation around all that. So I don't want to make the size of the community room area be a disincentive for people to show up because they feel you're just talking about COVID and all that, claustrophobic relative to all that. And that also the candidates are comfortable and that they're not staying right next to each other. They have an opportunity to really, truly engage with folks. So I just want to think about the logistics of that. Manager Risman.
Yeah, thank you, Your Honor. The actual motion says City Hall, so we would have the flexibility to have it in here or the atrium downstairs if we get a larger crowd. So,
Okay,
yeah,
great, super. Anything else, Commission, for Jeff? Thank you once again for coming
thank
to
you
our
very
special
much.
meeting. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
So nothing else from in-house staff, right? All right. Well, so then I'll just read through the motion again, and we can go ahead and act on that and have an opportunity for discussion. So it is approval of a recommendation from the City Attorney Recruitment Subcommittee to schedule interviews with 3 finalists for the city attorney position, William Kim, Julianne Pastula, and James Porter, and to schedule a public meet and greet session with the candidates on Wednesday this week, November 30th, 2022 at 4 p.m. in City Hall, and to schedule a special City Commission meeting on Thursday, December 1st, 2022 at 8:30 a.m. in the City Commission chambers of City Hall for the purpose of conducting the interviews and to take other actions deemed appropriate. Is there a motion?
I'll move that.
Motion made by Commissioner Hess,
Second.
supported by Commissioner Juarez. Discussion, team? Seeing none? I just want to say one thing at this point. I want to thank our own in-house HR person, Shelley Tuzek, who's helped with this process very much. That's obviously a big help. See you in the back of the room. Thank you for this work, which is ultimately the City Commission's work. But in order to make this move smoothly, you've done that. So thank you very much. Clerk Borley, please call the roll.
Commissioner Hess.
Yes.
Commissioner Hoffman.
Yes.
Commissioner Juarez.
Yes.
Commissioner Pradel.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Cooney.
Yes.
Mayor Anderson.
Yes.
Commissioner Decker.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Commission. The motion passes. Now we have a closed session scheduled to consider attorney-client privileged material exempt from disclosure by state or federal statute. Will we be coming back into session after our closed session? No. No, we will not. Okay. So I will need, thanks again here. I will need a motion to go into closed session.
So moved.
Motion made by Vice Mayor Cooney,
Support.
supported by Commissioner Decker. Any discussion on that? Clerk Borley, please call the roll.
Commissioner Hoffman.
Yes.
Commissioner Juarez.
Yes.
Commissioner Pradel.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Cooney.
Yes.
Mayor Anderson.
Yes.
Commissioner Decker.
Yes.
Commissioner Hess.
Yes.
Thank you, Commissioners. The motion passes. We will be going into closed session and not coming back. That means this meeting is adjourned.